In the Know, a radio program talking to the newsmakers in Ogle, Lee, DeKalb counties and beyond, keeping you in the know. Here's your host, Charles Van Horn.
Joy Miller, radiology manager at Rochelle Community Hospital, is with us this morning, and we are talking Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So really a couple of big questions here. Most importantly, when should women start really be concerned about not only addressing their risks for breast cancer, but screening?
Screening should start at age 40, and that's an easier question to answer. And if you have a history of breast cancer in your family, you really want to start looking at getting your first mammogram at the age of 35. As far as when should you start addressing risks, honestly, at a much, much younger age. That's why it's so important for us to get this information out there. Breast cancers are being diagnosed younger and younger all the time, and so we want to make sure that girls, young women have all the information they need to be able to start assessing those risks earlier and earlier.
What are the most important early detection methods for breast cancer? I think we all traditionally just think of mammograms and that's it, but what are other methods or tools in use now?
Self-breast exam is always something that we recommend and go to, but also just the knowledge and education. The new program that we're running in our new campaign that we have right now is very exciting because it lends itself to showing signs and symptoms and educating people from a totally different perspective. It lays it out in a much more simple and recognizable way that we've just never addressed before. And I think it's a way for women of all ages, all ethnicities, to be able to recognize signs and symptoms early.
And this is talking about lemons, right?
Yes, it is. Know your lemons, yes.
So in regards to that, what makes this sort of education method different than just the old method of everyone get a mammogram and hope for the best?
Yeah. So we've had a lot of great educational material over the years, but a lot of it is based on reading and, knowing those types of signs and symptoms were just assumed. And this lays it out in a much more visual way. Obviously, we're talking about lemons. It's a bright yellow with the pink. It's very eye-catching, and a lot of people are very visual learners rather than reading it, And so this lays it out by showing pictures of the lemons in different stages or different issues, different problems that the lemons have that are very relatable to breast. And so it's something that somebody can look at, catches their eye, and they can notice all these signs and symptoms on these lemons, and they're very actually relatable to women's breasts. And it makes it in a way that we can talk about it openly, and it helps alleviate a little bit of that stigma of embarrassment and the conversations that are had. And it just presents it in an entirely new way.
If there is somebody who has not thought about their health or risk factors, is there a number one warning sign that maybe something isn't right? Like you should really get this looked at sooner or later? Are there certain symptoms that you see women come in with that you just sort of think we could have addressed this years earlier and maybe the outcome would have been definitely different?
I think there's probably a lot of signs and symptoms that go unrecognized, which is what this program is going to help with. But definitely a lump. If you feel a lump, you need to reach out. There's just so many women want to just pretend that it's not there. Maybe it'll go away next month, and when I do my breast exam next month, it'll be gone. And it's a fear, and it's scary, and you don't want to make that phone call. And that's what we'd really like to alleviate that. Make that phone call to your provider, to us. Reach out and we can help you through that process. The new program, actually, one of the posters that we have or the postcards that we have really lays out what the process can look like. It'll give you the step-by-step of who do I call next, and then where do they send me, and is it a mammogram, is it an ultrasound, maybe an MRI, and it kind of walks you through that, which is very helpful, and it kind of alleviates the indecision for women. And I would say that's our most concerning factor, is that women do recognize some of those signs and sort of talk themselves out of calling us. And so the very first and most important thing is picking up the phone and giving us a call.
Is there a place to find out more information about the Know Your Lemons program, education materials, things like that? How can somebody reach out to you, or maybe somebody has that lingering feeling in the back of their mind that they probably do need to get something checked out? what are the first steps? Where can they go and how can they find out more?
Yeah, we have our radiology department here at the hospital has all of the information, as well as our family health care clinic. This is something we've worked with them hand in hand. I brought it to their attention. They're very excited about it as well. They have all the information and know how to get a hold of us. And so that's something we felt was important as well, is to make sure our hospital-wide that we're sort of embracing this campaign and the new understanding of what's important and how to get this information out to patients.
Joy Miller, Radiology Manager with the Rochelle Community Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
When I was just a lad of 10, my father said to me, "Come here and take a lesson from the lovely lemon tree." "Don't put your faith in love, my boy," my father said to me. "I fear you'll find that love is like the lovely lemon tree." Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. One day beneath the lemon tree, my love and I did lie. A girl so sweet that when she smiled, the stars rose in the sky. We passed that summer lost in love beneath the lemon tree. The music of her laughter hid my father's words from me. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. One day she left without a word. She took away the sun, and in the dark she'd left behind, I knew what she had done. She'd left me for another. It's a common tale but true. A sadder man but wiser now, I sing these words to you. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree.
Good morning, and joining us, Rochelle Police Officer Ryan Kovacs. Good morning.
Good morning, Charles. How are you today?
Doing good. Busy month for the Rochelle Police Department. Another October, which means it's another Pink Patch Project month. First off, give us a little bit of background as to why this cause is important to you specifically and how you made it into something that really the Rochelle Police Department and a lot of other area groups get involved with.
Well, this month means a lot to me. My mom passed away in 2010 from breast cancer. She fought it for a long time and tragically succumbed to it. And I'd always done like little things like make donations here or just support, the pink ribbon and all that kind of stuff for October. And I decided, in 2021 that I wanted to do something a little bit more. I wanted to give back a little bit more. So I had seen on, Instagram and online that they do, some agencies, there's local agencies that do the pink patch and wear the pink badges. And I was like, that's something I want to do for Rochelle. So I started the Rochelle Pink Patch Project, where we have we wear the pink patches, and started selling T-shirts. And I was like, all right, if I could raise a little bit of money here to be able to support the Living Well Center in Geneva. That's the place where my mom went to when she was fighting her battle with breast cancer. They're a great organization. They provide all sorts of resources, support to people fighting cancer, their families. It's a great place to go. So I was like, I'll support them. And I never thought it would blossom into what it is now. Our first year we raised $10,000, and in the subsequent years we've raised over $21,000 to donate to the Living Well Center. And with the great support we've had from the community, from the officers of the department, from all over the country, to be honest with you, we've been able to kind of expand that out now, and now we do a scholarship for a local Rochelle Township high school student whose lives was affected by breast cancer. So this month it means a lot to me, but it's a labor of love. It's something I do. My mom always said, do good to others, and you'll get good back to yourself. And I'm hoping. My mom's looking down at me, and she's proud of everything that we've been doing.
And tell us a little bit more about your mom, what she did, and how she raised you, perhaps lead you down this path to law enforcement as well.
My mom was always just a big believer in doing well for others, being a nice person, being a good person, helping others. My mom was always willing to give you the shirt off her back if it would help you out. She was always just a great lady. And so I kind of translate that into law enforcement. I see somebody that needs some help, I'm willing to go above and beyond to help out however I can. And, like I said, I hope my mom is proud of everything she's been doing, or looking down at me and everything I've been doing, and she's proud of me. And I try to make my mom proud every single day. I don't want her to look down at me and just hear my mom, "Oh, Ryan, what are you doing?" I don't want that. I want her to be like, "Ryan, I'm proud of you."
And this, obviously, breast cancer impacted you directly with the loss of your mom. Tell us a little bit about this scholarship fund, and now you're helping others who are going through the same journey you went through.
Yeah, Officer Jackie Moore, the SRO at the high school, and I have been talking about doing a scholarship and kind of expanding into the community. So last year we kind of got together and kind of talked about it and brainstormed a little bit. And so we have a scholarship that we awarded last May. It's a $500 scholarship. We awarded to one of the local students whose lives have been affected by breast cancer. We just asked him to submit a little bit, like a little one-page essay. How has breast cancer affected you? And we reviewed those, and we picked the most qualified. We thought the person that needed it most, and we were able to award that scholarship, and that's also just in support from the community. I wouldn't be able to be expanding my efforts if the community wasn't supporting the police department and the fundraiser as much as they have. Let's
talk about the raising of the funds. The pink patch officers are wearing the pink patches right now.
No, we don't have them on our uniforms yet. That's something we've always kind of talked about, but we are able to wear, we have our hats. You can get them embroidered in pink with the ribbons. I know a couple officers that are wearing those to show support. I know some officers, they've been carrying pink handcuffs this month just to kind of show their support. So every officer's kind of doing their own way of showing support for the fundraiser and for the Pink Patch Project.
If you want to perhaps purchase some of the merchandise, I understand you guys have shirts and the like available, or if somebody wants to make a donation, first off, where can they get the apparel and how can they donate?
So if they wanted to get apparel, this year we're kind of doing like a vintage throwback year. In years past, we've kind of come up with a new design, but this year I had a lot of requests for shirts from previous years, and the police department's switching to a new badge design starting at the beginning of the year. So I thought it was kind of a good time to, we'll bring up all the previous year's shirts. Everyone can buy that, and then next year we're going to start fresh with a new T-shirt design and a new patch design. But if anybody wanted to purchase those, they can go to 926 Custom Crafted Apparel. I know they just changed their name, so I want to make sure I get that right for them. 926 Crafted Apparel downtown. They can purchase any of the shirts there. Also, if you go to the police department's Facebook page, we've posted a link to an online shop they put together for us, and a QR code, so you can just scan that, pick out whatever items you want, order it, and they'll ship it right to you. You can also get the pink patches from them, and we're also selling the pink patches at the police department, so they can come down there to get them. And as far as if they wanted to make any sort of support, like a monetary donation, we also have a QR code and a link on our Facebook page to that.
And I understand you had a fundraising run yesterday that you took part in.
Yes, I did. That was at the Kane County Cougars Stadium in Geneva. It was a 5K walk and run through Northwestern Medicine, and the Living Well Center was in support of cancer survivors. It was a great event. They had the celebration of survivors, and just to see all the people come out and all the different teams that they have out there to show support and raise funds to help, cancer survivors and breast cancer survivors.
Officer Ryan Kovacs, the Pink Patch program goes to the end of the month, and looking forward to next year as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to this week's In the Know. The program returns next week at this time with another great conversation with someone from your community.